Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video for today. We're on vacation right now, and so I thought it would be best to come back to Google Alphabet because we are back above $200. Who would have guessed? Now you might say, okay, $200, story is over here. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's also funny that we have a bearish analyst that suddenly turned bullish. I wonder what changed, other than the stock price. Of course, the analyst is Gene Munster. You might know him because he covers quite a lot of tech names. He has been very bullish on Apple, he has been bearish on a Google Alphabet, but now he's turning a page. He is actually turning bullish. He's changing his tone, he said on X. We're going to go over the reasons why he did that. It definitely does not have anything to do with the stock being above $200, right? Huh? Because, I mean, if we look at, for example, if we look at the PE ratio, trailing PE still 20.9 times, forward PE 19.8 times. This is a company, of course, worth $2.44 trillion. Over the last 5 years, this stock has done quite well. Year to date, not so much, only up 6.5%. But of course, we've been down 23% in April, and so in the last 3 months, this company is up 30%, and it's not even expensive. I still view Alphabet as one of the best buys, especially because of the risk-reward profile. Now, let's discuss the points that Gene mentions, and then let's actually revisit what we've been saying for the past couple of months when the stock was at 150, 160, 170. You know the drill. Hit all the buttons. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. Alright, first up, The Future of Google Search with AI, published August 1st on genemunster.com. This is a first in a two-part series examining the future of Google Search in an AI-first world. We present findings from our study of 200 queries designed to better understand how Google is using and monetizing AI overviews and AI mode. The second report is coming out. The second report is already out, so we'll have a look at that as well. The key takeaways were as follows. Google's June quarter commentary reassured investors that AI is expanding search activity and engagement while monetization remains in early testing. Wow, I wonder who spoke about this before? Rhymes with Schmose and Neil. We conducted a 200 query test across 10 commercial categories to evaluate how search, AI overviews, and AI mode work together. Our testing found no ads in AI mode, big surprise, which made sense given they are just beginning to test ad placement in that experience. Google appears to be positioning AI overviews as the primary AI feature in search, with limited monetization, while AI mode is an option for more complex queries. For now, what popped out of our study, the value proposition for AI mode remains unclear. By the way, they've told us 2 quarters ago that monetization of AI overviews is at the same rate as standard search. So, first up here, they talk about the June quarter, the numbers there. Search grew 11% year over year, up from 10% in March, so sequential growth there as well. Then he said this. Remember when you talked about the fact that Eddie Q here commented that searches on Safari declined for the first time? We said so nothing burger, look at all the other data Google related. It's going up and to the right. Well, he said here the following thing. He was in the camp that believed that we would see a slowdown in growth quarter over quarter. The opposite happened, underscoring how habitual Google is in our lives. Wow! Amazing findings. It's as if having a habit and actually making that habit appear to be much better right now than before is actually the winning formula, right? Because we've been talking about this. I've been talking about this for much longer than just this year when Google went down. Search has been changing for quite a while. Brad Gerstner, I don't know why he keeps repeating the same thing again and again with regards to the 10 blue links. The 10 blue links has been changed for many years now. Whether it's now AI mode, AI overviews, or even before you got other results at the top before you reach your 10 blue links. You've got even some stuff on the right. Of course, now we're talking here purely about AI overviews, AI mode. So for example here, what type of queries will generate sponsors ad in AI mode? This is something that he mentioned on Google, but in AI mode. Again, the difference between Google search, AI overviews, and AI mode is as follows. Google search is the traditional search, but now most of these searches, you will see an answer, an AI overview answer at the top of that page. Gives you a full-on answer. With AI mode, this is something that you have specifically, you have to click on this, okay? You have to click on this. I have to remove this. This is the one right here. And as you can see, you can ask it a question. It's basically talking with Gemini, but on google.com. Okay, you don't have to go to gemini.com, you go to google.com and you can have a conversation with search. In this case, it's called AI mode. That's why management has been telling us we are seeing longer queries. We are seeing people interact with search much longer than before for very different type of searches, right? It makes sense. Now that you have a conversation with your what used to be traditional Google search, of course you're going to have other questions, same as happened when ChatGPT came out. That's what most of the bulls have been saying for quite a long time. ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, they are expanding the market. They are expanding the total addressable market in search. I'll give you an example. I've been thinking about this actually today and I was like, makes actually sense. Tennis in sports, right? You have sports as the total addressable market. You have tennis as a specific sport. Then suddenly came padel, whatever you want to pronounce it, right? It has taken over a lot of tennis courts, but it has invited a lot of people now in that sports market. What happened next? Pickleball came along. What happened? It invited even more people in that sports market. Yes, it is taking away a little bit here and there from the tennis people, but those who play tennis will still play tennis. They might now also play pickleball and padel. Same thing here. You still have Google search, the overall search market, the traditional way of searching. Suddenly now you have Gemini, ChatGPT. We've seen it before, right? People that use ChatGPT, do they go back to Google? And those that use Google, do they go to ChatGPT? What happens over time? Majority of people still use Google. So again, I'm not surprised by all of these findings. And here you can see, best way to insulate a garage. Previously, yes, you had to go through some links, you had to go through some videos. Now you have AI overviews, basically giving you an answer here. You can click on show more, gives you even more answers, and it puts the relevant links here on the site if you really want to continue your search journey. And of course, Google having YouTube as well, you can definitely get some videos in your search results. Now, looking at AI mode, it is true, it is too early to say how they're going to position AI mode. But to me, AI mode is just another way for people to interact with Gemini AI, but in Google. Instead of going and writing gemini.com, okay, most of us maybe just use it on the app on the phone, but if you're on PC, for example, you have to go gemini.com. Same with ChatGPT. But now, you can just use the Google search bar at the top of your browser. You will land on results. Then it's up to you to choose whether or not you enjoy this result right here, the AI overview, which most of the time is good enough. That's pretty good. Or you can then click on AI mode and enter a completely new experience, a completely new search experience. But for Google, the whole thing here is to make sure that you stay in the Google ecosystem. Monetization part will come. They've always figured out how to monetize, but monetization part will come. I mean, they have 2 billion users across, 7 products? I think they'll be fine when it comes to monetization. Moving on to part number 2. So they said the following: credit to Google. Their AI strategy is working, as evidenced by queries up 10% year over year in June. I estimate that's in line with query growth in calendar year 2022, before AI took off. Under the hood, the company is running a 2-product AI strategy: Search and Gemini. Gemini is powering search. Within search, they have traditional search, AI overviews, and AI mode. That means when it comes to finding information, users interact with 4 Google surfaces. I believe this jointed approach falls flat compared to the new ChatGPT simplified interface. Again, missing the forest for the trees here, because this is what you get. This is the traditional Google. So I don't understand. You don't interact with 4 different products that look nothing like each other. No, all of them, other than Gemini, look exactly the same. AI overviews, still on the Google page. AI mode, still on the Google page. Google search traditional one, still the same damn page. So again, I don't understand this, but okay. Key takeaways, the first one we've just talked about. Second one, search is becoming a mix of quick answers and interactive conversations. 3, we expect AI overviews, AI mode, and classic search results to converge into a single blended experience. I just explained that it is. Gemini will remain standalone. This UI gives users a control panel of information, a more natural extension of today's search experience. I'm not even going to touch here on the power of YouTube and the power of AR, augmented reality in the future with AI powers, right? In your glasses, basically. In your glasses, on your phone, your smartwatch, you name it. And so while he's going in the right direction while turning bearish to bullish, the reasons here, the 4 surface approach to me just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. He gives us here a couple of data points, but I don't understand how he can look at this, right? How I can look at this page right here and say that, oh, there are 4 different surfaces. Yes, Gemini, okay, standalone website, but I don't know, you use your eyes and see you are on Google, standard page, you see AI mode, you see AI overview, images, video, short video, news, forums. This is the same. This has been the same for a long, long time. They just add on top of it. It's not another platform. It's not something that we're not familiar with. Most people that use Chrome, Google search as their search engine have been seeing this pop up now for a couple of months. They are probably already quite familiar with it. AI mode is not even available, I think, other than US and India. I think that's about it. Of course, you can use a VPN and try it out. It's very good. It's very good. But I don't see why he's freaking out about all the different surfaces is not the right play here. Okay, fine. As for the timing, my eyes are on next May at Google's developer conference. They'll of course share way more information there, just like they did in the latest I/O event. Now, going back to what I've been saying for quite a long time, you've been saying in the comment section as well during the live streams. The catalysts for Google were very, very simple. The business was doing what it should have been doing. The results were great, especially since the start of the year. Gemini is still extremely, extremely powerful. Gemini 2.5 still very, very good. Gemini 3, I'd say probably gets released later this year and will be the best model yet again. So the catalyst I set, the earnings report, cloud growth, Gemini usage, search query growth, and the narrative will shift. Guess what has happened right now? The narrative has shifted. Why? Because, it's not even about the Google Cloud story yet, because this gets overlooked as well. This is a $100 billion business in the making, revenue-wise, in the making. For the next, I think if it can grow at this rate for the next 3 years, I think they reach $100 billion or so, if they grow compounded, of course. Margin-wise, also, you're growing fast, your margins are expanding. Why is the market not focused on that? Good question. Good question. So, yeah, overall for me, everything that you see here on the screen, this is something that we've talked about. The Google Cloud side of things, the Google subscription side of things, YouTube, and then, of course, Google search as well. But okay, for the market, it has taken a bit longer. Gemini, these were the results from last quarter. Monthly active users, 450 million, up from 400 a handful of weeks before the earnings report. So I wonder when we're going to get that 500 million users. Probably pretty soon. User engagement rose 50% quarter over quarter. Daily usage requests also rose over 50% from the previous quarter. This thing with the overviews here as well, 2 billion monthly active users. So you're going to tell me that 2 billion monthly active users think that this is suddenly a completely different surface, different platform, Gene? No, I don't think so. You have growth everywhere across the board for Google, other than Google Network, but that's deliberate. YouTube Shorts doing very well. Cloud accelerating, doing extremely well. Backlog is up 38% year over year. Then the following thing is things that I've shown you for the last couple of weeks and months. All the data across various companies and websites that indicated that people use Google more and more, while also using, as you can see, ChatGPT. But Google Gemini has been doing extremely well for more than a couple of weeks, right? Even when the stock was at $150, 140, 160, the company was doing very well, right? This is something I've shown you before. This is global Google daily active users, right? Did Gene not look at this when the stock was at 150? Or is it purely price driving sentiment? Is that the case here yet again? Because if he would have watched the videos, if he would have joined the live streams, I guess he would have maybe turned bullish sooner. But okay, in the meantime, we got more time to accumulate. We know what we own, and I personally still like the name very much, even at $201. And as you can see right now, we're at $201. This means that we have almost completely filled that gap here back in February when the stock fell after the earnings report. We are making our way to all-time highs, which was at around $207 or so. Will not be surprising if we see that number in the coming weeks, and then the stock can continue to go up with such a low PE, with such a good business. I don't see why this stock cannot continue to go up and up while not remaining overvalued. Of course, if the stock was $500 right now, $400, I would have said, okay, maybe it's a bit too much. But compared to other big tech companies that are not necessarily growing faster than Google, having still a PE of 20, whether it's forward or trailing, to me just doesn't make any sense. So, all in all, that's about it. Congrats to all Google shareholders, but I do still think that this thing can go higher and higher. It will definitely become a much larger company in the future. Didn't even talk about the potential of Waymo. So, all in all, that's about it. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.